In 3, go.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Tuesday edition of Pro Line. We returned from what was a very enjoyable Christmas. Hope it was for you as well. And Jim and myself, just like to hear updates. We've got some highlights to tell you about, some promos to tell you about, and we're going to talk some NFL. Jim, let's start with you. How was the weekend?
You know, it was a decent weekend. The college basketball was real good. Pro football was good. I was kind of disappointed in the play of. We just don't have real good competitive balance in some of these games. I mean, Houston yesterday was pretty. I mean, I didn't bet them, but it was just tough to watch. And then watching Philadelphia last night. I mean, you got to remember the week before, the Philadelphia defense gave up over 400 yards to Eli Manning, and the Giants have no wide receivers, and they're deep. So the Philadelphia defense has really looked like crap the last couple of weeks, and I'm really questioning this team now. I know that Foles is a decent quarterback. He's not a Carson Wentz. He's not special. That aberrational year he had with Chip Kelly there, 27-2 touchdowns, interceptions, was an anomaly, and he's not that good. He's okay. He's a good backup. I don't know how far this team can go with that defense not showing up. And Foles,
I agree.
Foles is not going to carry the team. He's got to have good defense. He's got to have a good running game. He's got to have a decent offensive line. Things got to click for him. He's not a Wentz. Wentz can carry a team and motivate a team. It's kind of like what Garoppolo's doing with San Francisco right now. Well, he plays offense, but the defense plays better because he's there. And the same thing with Wentz. You get that motivation from both sides of the ball. Philadelphia is really. Maybe they benefited from too easy of a schedule early. We looked at their defense and said it was better. I'm kind of down on what they're doing. And after the Giant game, they were making a lot of noise that they were going to play better, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, I know that they held the Raiders down. They didn't give them a lot of points, but just not impressed overall.
Jim, to me, it's not about motivation. It's just plain physical skills. To me, there is a huge, huge difference, and you can see it. You can watch these guys take film of Carson Wentz and then Nick Foles. It's like a big league pitcher and a AAA guy. I mean, they're just completely different physically. Foles doesn't have the mobility that Wentz has. He doesn't have the arm that Wentz has. Wentz has a big, big arm. I mean, he really delivers that ball. Foles is late with the ball. It sails a lot. I mean, he's strictly a backup quarterback. And now, I don't know whether his skills have diminished due to the fact that I imagine they have, because he was not this bad a few years ago. He was never going to be great, but he was serviceable. And yet he bounced around as a backup the last couple of years. He was in Kansas City, now he's in Philadelphia. He's just a backup and not a particularly good one at this point. And I don't think this team's got a chance in the playoffs. The odds makers kind of agree, because they're all the way down now to 5th. And I'll check later today. I would imagine the Rams probably jumped over them. So I would guess they're probably 6th now, which means their approach is basically there because they used to be a favorite, but they're 9-1 now. And that was as of this morning. As of last night, I should say. And I wouldn't be surprised if they're 10 or 11-1 this morning. The odds makers are going to say, you want to bet them? Go ahead. Here you go. The way it stacks up now, I don't think there's much surprise here. Maybe the 4th team, the Patriots, the Vikings, the Steelers, and the Saints. The Saints are now the 4 favorites to win the Super Bowl. The Saints are picking up some steam with players who think that of the teams that are remaining, they may not be the best, but they might offer the best value. And I think I agree with that. I would say the same thing. I'm not picking the Saints to win the Super Bowl, but if you're looking at price right now. I think New Orleans might be the best value bet out there. You can at least still get a decent price on them.
You know, I can't disagree with anything you say, Dave. I think Philadelphia is really a long shot. I think the price on them should be a lot higher than 9-1. I don't see them getting out of that situation they're in. The NFC is loaded with. I mean, maybe there's not an A+ team out there, but the teams that are in there are better than Philadelphia at this point. Wentz covered up a lot of flaws because he's so good. You know, Seattle is a disaster. So even though they were one of the favorites to get there this year, how they beat Dallas really comes down to how Dallas is coached. And
Dallas,
you know, they're absolutely horrible. If anybody, I mean, you got to fire Jerry Jones. You got to fire Garrett and Lennon. I don't know how the hell he called those plays. Just they're on the 3-yard line or whatever it was, and they don't even give the ball to Elliott at all. I mean, it's ridiculous. But you know, that's not going to happen. Be that as it may. You know, the team there's a couple teams that I think we haven't mentioned, but you know, since Kansas City changed who was calling the offensive plays, took it away, Reed gave it away to someone else, they have looked a lot more aggressive on offense. They're not a bad football team. They are still capable of pulling a big upset. And I don't see, you know, I'm not saying this as a go out and bet it now, but there's value in these teams. The Patriots and Steelers, which everybody talks about in the AFC, are not the only teams that can win that. Look at the Ravens and look at the Chiefs. These teams can play, and they have quality coaching, quality quarterbacks, and you're not looking at you're not looking at anybody in the AFC that is that much better than everybody else that you have to just look away from everyone else. There are definite upset possibilities in the AFC, and in the NFC, there's no clear-cut favorite because these teams are all so close together, and they all have flaws, and they all have pluses. So it's going to be a very interesting handicapping dilemma for all of us. And but I will tell you this, the Philadelphia Eagles will not make it to the Super Bowl. They will not win the NFC Championship.
You know, we've got one more week in the regular season, and there will be some games that are meaningless this week. That doesn't mean they're not good betting opportunities. But it's important to get as much clearance flow as possible in this final week. Might want to look at teams that have clinched and could rest some regulars. You definitely want to look at teams that I think maybe are showing some pride at the end of the season as opposed to those who might not be. An example, not on the other side, but certainly an example of a team that's showing a tremendous amount of pride and momentum at the end of the season are the 49ers. There's no way I'd play against that football team right now. I'm glad it isn't this weekend. I wish I'd have played on them. I left the game alone. But the 49ers are not the same team they were earlier in the season. They're playing like these games are playoff games to them. And in a sense, it's almost as if when you can find a team that's already playing as if the 2018 season has started, that's a team you want to either go with or stay out of their way. The 49ers certainly qualify on that count. A team that might not be, it might be the opposite side. I like to look at teams that just got eliminated in the final week to go against them. And I'll tell you right now, I'm going to take this game. I'm going to bet it today, in fact. It's the Packers-Lions game. Now, I don't think this line's going to hold. I don't think we'll get 7 come Sunday. So you're going to get value in Green Bay now. I would take them. I think the Packers, you know, I know they didn't score against Minnesota, but they played hard in the football game. I thought the Lions didn't. I thought the Lions kind of mailed one in against Cincinnati on Sunday, and I don't see why they would be justified as a touchdown favorite in this game this weekend. That's a huge number for a team that's not going to make the playoffs, be laying 7. There's all kinds of value in Green Bay right now, and I think that line's going to close in the 5.5 to 6 range.
Good. That's good analysis, Dave. I mean, there's a couple situations out there like that. You know, the Jaguars are really banged up, and they're going to Tennessee. Now, we really have to look at the motivation situation there. You got a Tennessee team 6-point favorite over the Jags, but what are the Jags playing for?
Not much.
Right. You know, you got the Houston Texans were playing, what are they, fourth-string quarterback yesterday? I mean, they're going on the road to Indianapolis, and, you know, it's you just, I wouldn't bet the Texans with anybody's money. You know, it's just, at this point, they've had such a devastating year of injuries, and, I mean, their whole defense got crushed, and then that whole city got crushed with the hurricane, and the only thing that happened good for that city is that they won the World Series. But their season's over, and I'm sure they're making plans, and they're not thinking about it. There's a lot of situations. You know, Dallas at Philadelphia. I mean, Dallas is favored 2.5 on the road at Philly. Well, that just tells you don't even know if Philly's going to play any of their starters. I mean, how can you put Foles out there and get who the hell would play if Foles doesn't play? Not that I'm not saying Foles is the greatest thing since sliced bread, but he's a whole lot better than whatever else they got on the bench. So there's a lot of things to really consider this week. I don't know how Seattle plays and wins. They have so many flaws on this team right now, offensively, defensively. 9-point favorite at home against Arizona. Seattle's not able to get any yards on offense. I mean, they're not doing anything, proactively on offense. It's just they're counting on the other side to make mistakes, and they're picking up the pieces. And now you got Denver 3.5-point favorite. Who's going to quarterback for Denver? I mean, it's just there's so many question marks this week. It's going to be there's going to be a lot of questions to answer for us.
Well, hopefully some good opportunities to make money. Definitely good opportunities today. I've got the 2 later bowl games both on the site. I added 1 NBA game for tonight that I think is a very good spot. And you can get them right now at JimPrice.com. Jim, you get plays up as well.
Absolutely, Dave. I don't have very much up. I don't have anything up for the NFL yet, but we definitely have NBA, college, and the bowl games are going to be really interesting the next few days. I'm really looking forward to this week of bowl games. And we got a championship thing going on in the college football, which is quite interesting with Oklahoma and Georgia and Alabama and Clemson. This is going to be great. I mean, I too think would like to have 6 or 8 teams in it, but be that as it may, it's a lot better than it used to be when it was just all the BCS picking the winner. So it's good. It's going to be a great week, and I'm looking forward to it. And Dave, anything else you want to add, or we'll just come back in tomorrow?
I think we'll save the rest for tomorrow.
Okay, everybody, thank you. I hope everybody had a Merry Christmas, and if you don't tune in the rest of the week, Happy New Year. I hope you and your family are all healthy and happy, and 2018 is great for all of us.